While shock troops have the LMG, that's a bit of a conundrum right there, because they're always in motion. Can you be less impressive? He has shock troops with an LMG. I think that's pretty impressive. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and today we have a special game, as you can see with the chat going on the left-hand side. There's some people in this game. We have Comrade Gregor, Strong versus Crossfire and Trader. Now, I believe some of those names you may know, some of them you may not. Well, I think we know who's who. In any case, let's double check everyone's rank. And rank doesn't matter, but does show overall play time. We can see these guys have less time on this, but that doesn't mean they have less experience. They could have another account. They could have played this game previously or just been better. But in any capacity, should be a very interesting game nonetheless. In any case, this 2v2 is on Streakingwookie. Probably butchering that name. It's fine though. I always butcher it. No beginning guides. I have beginner guides. Thank you, Strong, for bringing it up. So if you want to check out any of my beginner tutorial videos, I have every faction plus the best units, in my opinion. So that's just me. And it looks like Crossfire has some awesome pro guides. So there you go. There's some more content for you. Any case, we got some conscripts opening fire on Sturms, Trader moving in. We all have Grand Defensive Doctrine. By the way, if my voice is a little bit shoddy, I'm still recovering. Very good infantry, long range, along with the Tiger, Overwatch as well, very good infantry, artillery, etc. Nothing yet for the allies. Can you leave? Is he? Oh my god, is he saying it to the conscript here? Like, can you just go away, please? Conscripts, meanwhile, putting down cover, moving around. I'm surprised he moved his Kubel that close. I think he's trying to shove him out of cover. Not a bad idea. You just watch out though for additional conscript squads putting pressure on him. That thing is being hit, but luckily there's no AT grenades being made, so he doesn't have to worry about kills instantly being done against Kubel, but there's enough shots on it that he's going to pull back. Stern Pioneers did quite a bit of damage though, so maybe it was worth it, although he's going to have to wait for that thing to retreat, which he's doing, in order to actually put up a fight. Meanwhile, we got Panzerful Slayers in mid, trying to go for this conscript squad. Looks like, again, 2 Soviet, 2 OKW. Very, very interesting matchup here. Very interesting. Remember, send your replays to greyshotproductions@gmail.com, and I'll take a look at it. So, in any case, we got ourselves Stern Pioneers moving around the right-hand side. I love it. He's like, all right, you built cover? That's amazing. I'm going to block it with barbed wire so you can't use it for so you can use it for pretty much shit. And a nice job with Trader going in for the cutoff, cutting off Strong's resource pool that he spent time, Gregor spent time trying to get. So that sucks for him. Conscripts coming in with a scout car and engineer. Panzerful Slayers, though, do have an AT grenade, so if they get close, they should be fine. Now, he's being fired at 2 angles. The cover is directional. Be fine against these guys, less so against them. More men on the right. He may want to switch positions, especially with that machine gun opening fire. We have a second scout car moving on in. Could go after target. Panzerful Slayers may fire AT grenades because it is very close. They do and get the kill. Hot damn, flamethrower though being made. Still, nice shot, and the units are able to retreat without being chased by scout cars. But the damage has been done. One scout car was knocked out. Please, Jerry's like, I know this trick. I've done this for years. I did it when you guys were still trying to figure out how to hit the command keys. Please, that being said, Strong has deployed a sniper. Good idea, help whittle down German infantry. And at this point, a lot of OKW forces are front-line based or not support. So a sniper will have to be just rushed down or something along those lines. We have a flame vehicle going after them. You also have Lax pushing him back. Now, I will say this. Wow, okay. They're both saying no. Man, you guys are just being so kind to each other. Anyway, Stern Pioneers easily pushing them back. Right now, Trader and Crossfire doing the best. They're keeping them contained, keeping them pretty much far back, and a lot of resources are going to them, which should help. Right now, we have a medical base being made, so he's absolutely healing. The other base is another medical toward the front. If I have to assume why, he's going to use this base as to help out his ally, and then they'll use this base to heal outside their base, so that way they have a forward position. This way they can keep the fight going, but they don't double up on either outside the base or inside the base. So, nice job there. We do have Comrade going Lend-Lease. This could be very good. I love the Dushka. It's a very good machine gun. Plus, you could also use the fuel to help relieve some pressure that you're getting from a lack of fuel, which they are right now. Unfortunately, not a ton. Could be a lot better for the allies in general. Stern Pioneers taking the point. We have Soviet forces on right. Holy shit. Has a lot of barbed wire everywhere. So it looks like, yeah, the Stern Pioneers were very busy trying to put down all that cover. Yes, it sounds like Syndrome. Let's move on. Scout car moving on in, but Volk Squad's pushing up. We also have counterattack strong. Oh man, strong. Sorry, I have lag too, I've noticed. Wait, why is he saying lag? Oh, he did get G43 rifles. That's pretty good. That'll make him very, very powerful versus conscripts, which, by the way, both Soviet players are really doubling down on conscripts. Not a bad idea. You cover a lot of territory. Map control is very important in 2v2 environment. But, unfortunately, not a lot of support equipment for either one. They have to rely on other things like snipers, scout cars, and call-ins like Dushkas. Meanwhile, scout car, really nice play, by the way, slowly luring him in. Volk squad's in terms of giving chase, while the recon squad is actually putting a lot of pressure on the Dushka, while conscript squad's trying to get heavy cover to return fire. Meanwhile, scout car is still under pressure, but nice, just slow and steady, luring them in. Sniper as well, just picking them off. So they're losing a lot of men trying to chase this thing down. Now, honestly, what do you do? If I had to assume, I think a Verkehrwerfer would be very good for long-range AT. I know it's a single unit, but it's always good to have an AT gun, and having it to cover yourself would be pretty damn good. You could easily fire, kill it at long range. Conscripts opening fire. Good, again, very nice cover right here. Heavy cover. Same thing with these guys, but the thing about the two differences, though, is they're in cover. They're in cover, but have really awesome weapons. So they're just going to be, again, lit up long range. And again, but all these Jaeger squads have G43s. But there is a sniper which can help their 4-man squads. He is blitzing. He's going to chase down that sniper, trying to get the kill. He will, I believe, end up getting that kill if he can connect this last shot. He can't with the G43 rifle, and it escapes. I thought it was done for. Nice Panzerfaust, but the scout car should be able to just, open fire on this Jaeger squad and then quickly get out and heal. Conscript squads are also coming in to provide support. They're going to try to put pressure to kill it, but with penals and additional conscripts, even with these Panzerfusiliers trying to help out, that thing's going to escape. Panzer headquarters going down. Not a lot stopping a good allied push, and we do have satchels available with PTRS rifles, but looks like we have Obosodan being made, so they can help out for defense. Meanwhile, on left, we have Trader going in for the decap on this area. Also decapping that salvaging the Kubel that he lost. Not a bad idea. Dushka opening fire, made it stop the Volk squad. It's still not connected, though, which is a big oops for the Germans, as they're not getting a lot of territory. 2 Obosodan squads being made, not a bad idea. Combine that with your upgrades they can get for cheaper. But honestly, I really like SUG over the LMG. I personally, that's just me and how I use Obosodan, because I use nice fire, try to push back cover. They're still being affected. He can move a little bit to the left to stop that, but I think he was trying to stop him from getting that heavy green cover. Again, lots of cover being made by the Germans. Support gun opening fire on the Allied lines, and again, sniper moving on up. 7 kills right now. Possibly go for an 8th. Stern Pioneers moving on in. Upgrade. Not even close. Actually, no. Okay, there it goes. It'll be made within like 15 seconds. He is grabbing the fuel right now. That's a good idea. We want those resources back. Scout car, really nice job just putting a lot of pressure on the German line. Nice job as well with the sniper. Getting another hit on the Obosodan, pulling back. Scout car, trying to keep him back. Recon squad moving on in. We have Allied supply drop inbound. Just dropping some fuel in for the Allies. Very nice job. Sniper was, though, picked off by the G43 rifles. So very good shot. Again, the nice thing about these things is that because of their sprint ability and everything else, they're very good for chasing down snipers. So really, really awesome job to see that.
Yeah, everything's great. I just want to say thank you.
Why?
What would I have done if you would have come?
You would have left.
Yep.
What'd you win?
I won $1,000.
What? Anyway, nice job holding back the conscripts. Nice support round coming in to help do more pressure. Conscripts coming on in. Molotov would be great. Unfortunately, no upgrades for it, so they're going to stay in cover. Nice job with this positioning, because, yeah, this thing's going to die. Along with the old Sedan, we'll either kill it or the building will. Oh, my God. There goes the... Oh, my God. He's going to live? Dude, is he going to live but live the flamethrower? Oh, my God. That's insane. He lost the flamethrower but actually survived. I am very shocked by that. Very shocked indeed. Usually when a giant explosive canister on your back explodes, the person doesn't live. But, hey, good job. Recon is now in effect by Strong, who's now building a tier 4 base. Gregor is building tier 3. Trader, we know, has already built up, gotten all the upgrades, but still a bit far away. Sorry, Crossfire's, I'm sorry, no, sorry. Trader's a bit far away. Crossfire has yet to build it. Well, the next base. So that'll have to happen. We have anti-air in effect, so I shoot down the plane. Manages to knock it out. Luckily, no casualties from the debris. Meanwhile, again, Storm Pioneers trying to sweep for mines being suppressed by the Dushka. Additional Panzer Fusiliers coming on in. Really nice job. Again, 2 groups of each, Obosudan and Panzer Fusiliers. Looks like a unit did perish there. Penal's trying to fight, which, by the way, they have Petros rifles. They're not going to. Bit of a blob, Crossfire. Bit of a blob, I'm going to be honest. Now, luckily, this is a smart blob. You're individually moving them, but you are grouped up on that point. Meanwhile, massive conscript counterattack on the positioning. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Massive infantry battle going on. Nice positioning, though, by Crossfire. Nice support equipment and incendiaries are holding the conscripts back. And superior weapons are allowing the Jaeger squads to open fire long range and make this battle an easy victory. With very few casualties on the Germans, but a lot of casualties on the Soviet side. We've had 4 possible models down, but easily we've had at least a dozen models on the other side. So that's a 4-to-1 victory. At least for the Germans. Now, we do have some engineer squads, and we have a Dushka coming on in. That will change things a little bit. But overall, this is a clear-cut, clear-cut win for the Axis. Overall, for just the damage done to the Allies. Now, they still hold on to mid as well for VP point-wise. They'll start to count down. The nice thing, though, about the Soviets is they've been putting a ton of pressure on the Axis in terms of VP. They've been really watching these points. But with the amount of infantry they lost in mid, left side is now going to be open for some chaos, and that will allow Panzer Fusiliers to move in. One counter, I will say, is both Trader and Crossfire has no Verkehrwerfer. Golden rule. When you hit the 10-minute mark, that's 10 minutes, you get AT. You get AT. Seriously, it really does help. Meanwhile, again, not the largest army Strong could have, but he's trying to push back a bit. We do have armor coming out at it'll be about 14 minutes by the time it's deployed and on the field, by Gregor, and it's the M4C Sherman. Very powerful, good all-around target, but the big thing about it that is against all this infantry, it's going to have no problems. They have no AT. Now, we can get Panzer Fusiliers, the Panzerschreck upgrade. That's possible. That's definitely feasible. But we'll see if he actually does that. Meanwhile, again, territory is being taken, but none of it's capturable. Like, none of it's going back because he doesn't have this territory to connect the lines. That's, and again, I don't know if he realizes that or not, but I'm assuming he does. I'm assuming he's just trying to take away the Allies' fuel and resources, which is fine. If you want to focus on that, that works. Meanwhile, M4C Sherman rushing on up. Unfortunately, no 50 cal on it, but it doesn't matter. It's doing quite a bit. You can upgrade it for better rounds against heavier targets. Oh, I love how they stole the Dushka. That's amazing. Luckily, Panzer Headquarters and some Panzerfaust managed to do some damage to it. At least I think that was Panzerfaust. Hold on. I'm not seeing... Yeah. He is immediately getting for Ken Murphy's like, I have found the error of my ways. Smoke going down, stopping it from being able to shoot, but alas, it still shoots through the smoke and it's a support gun. Conscripts are continuing to hold on, or at least attempt to push for mid. M4C Sherman trying to support, but infantry just lighting them up. A lot of those Jaeger squads, again, positive, very good against infantry. Negatives, only 4 models, and Trader's like, fuck you. Oh, he lost the Panzerfusilier squad. Where did he lose it? Was it a demo? Was it a demo? I don't know how he lost it. I'm assuming it was on left-hand side, so I'm assuming it was a demo. Oh, good B4. We have a B4 that got, even though 2 models, it did quite a bit of damage. Officer Dotton on right, just shredding conscripts. No cover he can really get in. Officer Dotton are in cover, or at least I think they should be in cover. Luckily, they're shredding them. Tanks still opening fire, doing a lot of damage on his men. He's losing a lot of manpower in those engagements, even though he can't win. He's just... Oh, Officer Dotton getting murdered. Holy mackerel. Why were you fighting with only 2 models, Trader? Like, unfortunately, that will cost you. Well, double AT may be a little excessive. Luckily, the Soviets don't exactly have a huge infantry army. They only have 3 attack, and to be fair, Strong has a bit more. But he also has to cover... he has to make up for his ally. Now, maybe a kill here could help, but the Dushka is suppressing, allowing them to escape. Smoke's coming down to hopefully get around this unit. Very nice. M4C Sherman being hit by the Verkehrwerfer, doing a lot of damage, pushing it back. German infantry easily taking mid. Also, maybe a booby trap. That could be good. Put a booby trap down on like some key points to make sure they can't capture it without a major explosive going off and possibly hurting and or killing the men. Close range B4. Misses. Car goes flying, but really not a lot of damage in that hit. Was expecting a lot more from B4. You need to believe, man. You need to believe. Meanwhile, Verkehrwerfers are just taking territory. Actually, no, fuck it. They're going straight in. They're trying to find that tank, but it's hiding in the cemetery. I guess the last place they would think. They're going to pull on back. Infantry once again capturing territory. Grab this one for the love of God, Trader. You really need it. Meanwhile, nice incendiary on the conscripts, trying to push them out of that cover. A lot of infantry right now, once again. We have artillery. We have Katusha being made. We have an M4C Sherman. So you can see a lot of artillery, maybe a spam in terms of the allies. But honestly, it's not a bad idea. Uproot a lot of these key positions. And it's not like the Germans can't counter. Now, we do have a Panzer IV being made. I'm not saying the Panzer IV is bad by any stretch of the imagination. But we do know Strong has more than enough resources to get an Su-85, which can easily counter it. Trader is going to be a little longer before he gets armor. I'm assuming he's saving for a Tiger. They need fuel. He needs to focus. Someone needs to focus on keeping this fuel under their control. Because the fact they have yet to be able to consistently hold it is a key issue. I would also suggest... Okay, maybe you don't have enough for... Well, no, Crossfire does. Crossfire can start laying down booby traps on a lot of these, like, key territories that are just on the outskirts, so they can't capture it without taking substantial damage. He's not using it for anything else. He can always save up for a sector assault. No AT in mid. That's a big mistake again. We have cash going down, so it looks like they're in a... They feel like they're in a good position where they can put down caches. Artillery's coming down on mid. Again, forward base. Very close to the front. Doesn't go directly on the base, but it will hit the relative area. Panzer IV going in, unfortunately, bounces off the M4C Sherman. Switching over to armor, to focusing on vehicles, prioritizing. We do have a Verkehrwerfer, actually a lot of Verkehrwerfers in. So if they attack again, he's pretty much effed. Panzer IV, though, good against infantry, gonna put some pressure there. Meanwhile, another attack over here. Panzerfusiliers and Sturms going in for the Dushka. Luckily, they overwhelm it and easily push it back. Trader has a lot of manpower right now, a lot of almost Sudan. Once again, I feel like why... I figure why not go STG-44? I feel like that might be a little better. But then the LMG, because the LMG you have to stop. The other one you could fire in motion. While shock troops have the LMG, that's a bit of a conundrum right there, because they're always in motion. Can you be less impressive? Well, let's see how... He has shock troops with an LMG. I think that's pretty impressive. Anyway, airstrike coming on in on the B4. We have some type of strike. Yeah, sector assault coming in. Armor's trying to engage Panzer IV, but for Morphers coming in along with the airstrike. Su-85, as I mentioned from earlier, had enough, so he's able to deploy it. Luckily, getting some great shots in, rear armor shots. Engineer as well, providing recon, so Su-85 fires, but the debris stops it, murders the engineers as well. For Morpher now putting fire on it. Airstrikes coming on in the area. Unfortunately, not able to shoot down. B4 shoots way too high for its own good, and it will be overwhelmed by infantry. Soviet forces are being pushed back, and it would be amazing if the Germans could decommission it, capture it, whatever they could do. One thing I will say, once again, the Germans do not have a fuel. Both fuels are either captured or captured but cut off to the Allies. For trying to kill it, but conscripts putting a lot of pressure. Might not be able to... Nope, gets the final shot, but loses it in the process. Now you can always say Greyshot, he killed the B4. You're right, you're absolutely right. But because he did that, he just gave the Allies a free AT gun. And you bet your sweet bottom dollar that the Allies are going to grab that for Morpher. Now, before, they had a Sherman that died. Alright, yeah, it perished from the AT. But now he's getting another one, and he's got an AT gun, plus he has Su-85, and of course he has penals, plus he has conscripts with AT. That makes the Tiger maybe not as effective as it could be. Al-Sadan might try to murder it on the retreat. He's getting a... There we go, STG-44 upgrades. We'll see if it does better. Maybe not. Maybe the LMG is a better pick. But I think for the movement he is currently doing, I think STG would have been a little bit better for jumping from cover to cover. Now, Volkssquad's trying to stop him. I'm assuming from capturing it, but alas, not able to. Panzer IV putting more pressure in that region. For Kenwerfer now being used against the Tiger, but it is bouncing quite a bit. Luckily, penal troops coming on in for additional fire supports. Tiger tank trying to put a lot of pressure on the Soviets. But we have the Sherman tank coming in. We have penal forces coming on in. Not really much else. We have double Verkenwerfers coming on in to hold that sucker back. Panzer IV easily pushing back the conscripts in mid. Doesn't get the kill. Meanwhile, the Tiger and Verkenwerfers are moving on in. Double Dushkas. I'm assuming armor-piercing rounds, but that's not exactly the best situation there. I'm not entirely sure what he was planning on doing. Really unsure. Good kill right there. Katusha coming on in. Trying to get some nice wipes in. Unfortunately not able to. Low friendly fire even on that position. But the Germans, even though they're hemorrhaging a lot of VP points because they can't hold this right side to save their goddamn lives, does not matter. Oh wait, is that B4? Oh! Got Trader's unit on the retreat. He lost all of his Pencil Fusiliers now. Tiger tank engaging on left against the Sherman. He's pissed. He's probably going to go after it. Nice shot. Again, also got the engineers healing the base. Recon's now active. They could shoot it down, but I think it got shot down. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Hit the building, of course. Tiger tank being pushed back by the Su-85. Conscripts trying to rush in for the AT grenade. Army-wise, it's still fairly even, but Strong has a small advantage in the largest army on the play right now. Tiger tank still getting quite a number of kills. Tiger tank definitely needs some heals. Unfortunately, we don't have a mechanized building down. And the Stern Pioneer squad got blown the fuck up. So now they have to wait for a new one. Shock troops putting some pressure on the, yeah. But unfortunately got pushed back. Su-85 moving on in. Again, I don't know why you're moving up with a half-dead Tiger. Double for Kenwerfers are out of range, or maybe barely in range. They're waiting. I am assuming he's trying to lure him in. He's not falling for it. Panzer IV going in for the dive. Not much to stop him for Kenwerfer. Waiting right there. Good flank with the Panzer IV. Oh, what is that? Oh, another... Yep. Armor's coming on in as a Vet 2 Panzer IV that needs to get the hell out of there. Luckily... Oh, no! For Kenwerfer's out of position! Oh, wait, no, he's not chasing. Thank God. That could have been bad. Because that could have been another shot or two we could have got on before they would have repositioned really freaking well. Oh, my God. Any case, conscripts and engineers currently capturing this point. My expression in my face in the eruption is not caused by anything whatsoever. Remember, I'm as professional as you can be in this game. May have lost my voice, but I hope you know that professionalism is guaranteed on Greyshot Productions, and there's nothing. Oh, good defense. You know, there's nothing that could possibly stop that professionalism from occurring.
Want to bet?
Well, I mean, I would, but you won $1,000, so he won $1,000. That's why 151's currently dancing. No, I'm not gonna say how he won $1,000. So, for all you know, he won it on a corner street. I don't know, and you don't know, which makes it even better. Kenwerfer's opening fire, pushing back the Sherman. Kenwerfer trying to rush on in. Also, Dodd might have free reign on it. It looks like it will. Good. What? No shot bounced. Meanwhile, infantry once again is being pushed back by the Panzer headquarters. Tiger tank gets another shot. Misses target. Katusha's 12 kills. Oh, great kill right there. Get that AT gun back. Oh, wait. No, Sherman moving on in. Engineers might try to go for it. Tiger tank realizes this. Could call an artillery. But looks like he's just going to he's just going to focus it. Remember that he has that artillery option if he needs to call something in. Panzer IV moving on right against the shock troops. Once again, the right side is under enemy control. And once again, they're just going to hold off the fuel and take the VP. Now, I will keep repeating this. If you're not going to be able to hold mid, you have to hold right. And if you can't hold right, well, yeah, it's not going to go well. Because right now you're going to lose via VP points. Meanwhile, Panzer IV opening fire. You should be able to easily kill these conscripts. Yeah, there's not much stopping him. 22 kills, respectively. Again, a lot of troops with a lot of good veterancy across the board. Tire tank moving in the mid. Is B4 in range? Where's the B4? B4 is not in the... No, he's turning it. He is turning it. Tiger. He's going to need to fire on that Tiger, I assume. Oh, he's luring it in. Oh, Tiger's in range. Tiger's... Oh, it stopped. B4. Fire the main weapon. Great shot. Even a rear armor hit, no less. S-285 is in a prime position to hit him on the side. Sherman needs to, as well, move on in on that juicy target. S-285 is moving on in. No AT in sight. Conscripts as well moving in the other direction. For Kenwerfer is quickly repositioning. Sherman is well moving into mid. A lot of infantry pushing on right. A lot of conscripts and shock troops with... Once again, the most dumbfounded thing is the shock troops with a goddamn LMG. Oh, nice kill right there on the retreat. Infantry is, armor respectively, is rushing on in. Sherman trying to go in for a deep dive. Again, I assume on the Tiger, which is over here along with the Panzer IV. This thing is being hit by rear armor, though, by the flak emplacement. So taking quite a bit of damage. No mines stopping him from retreating. Infantry quickly taking mid. Luckily, Panzer headquarters repositioning. Hit the infantry in mid with the MG. Opening fire on them. Volk squad's trying to go in. They're being hit from all angles right now. Panzer headquarters is their last line defense. They really need to bring their troops back up. Allies definitely have an advantage in terms of overall units. But we'll see how things go in the long term. Now, good B4 shot could knock that sucker out. Once again, Tiger tank coming on in. Not fully repaired. About 80% repaired. Trying to kill the Dushka. Pensive Slayers coming on in, trying to push them off the key points. Luckily destroys their cover. Sherman, though, realizing what the Tiger's doing, is going after it. Large amount of infantry in mid, but Katusha is primed and ready to fire along with the B4. which, again, Panzer IV is right there. Oh, tank is currently being flanked by the Sherman. Sherman coming around, getting some great shots, although Verkehrwerfer's guarding. Really nice job there. Su-85 opening fire on the Panzer IV, pushing it back. Infantry is having a battle in mid, but I am assuming B4 comes in with Katyushas, causing quite a bit of damage, pushing back the German infantry. And while they have the left point, about that right point, once again, completely isolated. Luckily, the Sherman will be pushed back by the Tiger and by the Verkehrwerfers. So, the Germans will hold this point, but alas, it is not good enough. Even with Panzer IV getting a great shot right there. And I'm assuming, let's see. Well, we have Panther. Okay, didn't even see the Panther be deployed. But good job with the Panther. At least getting down the field. I mean, nice idea to help counteract the Shermans. But was it enough? Overall, while I will say, overall unit-wise, I would say that Crossfire and Trader were definitely better overall and micro and such and other things for the most part. Unit preservation, they were very good in, but like definitely the Allies had more troops on the field, and they used that to their advantage, constantly grabbing territory. And that's the thing, Crossfire and Trader could not lock down their own side. I know it's definitely difficult to like fight multiple sectors, but you have to, because otherwise it's going to be like this situation where even though you're winning a lot of the bigger battles, unfortunately, just they'll slowly drain you over time. And resource-wise and VP point-wise, the Allies were doing way better. Even though I think individual combat-wise, I think the Axis were doing overall better. I think of the massive engagement that happened with the conscripts versus just Crossfire's army. Just that. And Crossfire did very well. So let's look at overall kills and damage. Crossfire did very well. Trader did very well KD wise. Strong and Gregor got more damage. That makes sense. Strong lost a number of units. Same thing with Gregor, but they're not too negative. So even with a Soviet KD, that's actually still not too shabby, as they typically get more negative. But overall, still a very good game. Very good game. Crossfire got most damage, and Gregor got most damage. But very good game. I think map control is the play, is like the MVP of this round. And I have to give that, once again, to the gentleman who kept capturing the right fuel and the right VP. Because literally there was not, like, I think a booby trap would have been a good idea over here, something. Because you had so much munitions. And that way you could have held on to those resources. But hey, that's just me. In any case, what'd you guys think? Leave it down in the comments down below. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time.
Hello everyone, before you guys go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Joey G240, Streakingwookie, Spartycus, Rifle, Pyroshark, Ollie, JrChicklis, Ion, Ace, Ranger 412, Jakub, Oswy, and GTA. Thank you all for your amazing support, and thanks again to the patrons as well down below. It's been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time.